Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're back with battle drills on the global server. This time we have Spider Wasteland. I want to make an updated guide for this map using also the Yapala infographic, which has a lot of great teams you can run, basically the optimal teams for you to use. The first thing I want to talk about is which fortress should you begin at. Now, the top 6 players of your guilds who have the most plus 15 exclusive equipment heroes, they should be joining this Sunfire Keep, and that is what we're going to be joining, because you're going to begin with a camp skill, which is going to increase the damage dealt to heroes who have a plus 15 exclusive equipment upgrade, and that is going to allow you to tear through this Shadow Eironn mini boss and even Shadow Merrily and begin connecting to your other guild members quicker. Because as always in battle drills, the number one priority is getting connected with all of your different fortresses so you can share the different capture bonuses across all and also share your different camp skills that you have. Now, we will be doing our attack on video after we cover the different top teams, but the plan is that we're going to work down to Merrily, and the other 2 fortresses should be working up towards Merrily and make that a priority and get connected first, and then we can tackle all of the different passages and other different towers for our capture bonuses. But that is the basic pathing in a nutshell. Now, going over the infographic, it is really well put together. The first thing I want to show you is just the actual map itself. There is going to be a key along with this. The green circle towers, those are where you want to use your Eironn nuke team because they have 4 or more enemies. So that is going to get higher value using an AoE damage team to clear it. The blue circles, these are where you want to use your Mauler team or a single target oriented team. And I'm going to talk about all the teams after we do this. But the blue towers are basically the towers with 2 or less, or really basically 2 enemies. And so if you have a single target comp, it's going to be more effective. And then finally, the red towers are the actual bosses when there is only 1 enemy target, and this is where you want to bring out the boss teams. So coming to the teams, the first thing I want to talk about is the elite teams. So the elite teams are going to be 2. One is going to be an Eironn nuking team, and for example here we have Eironn, Smokey, Arden, Parissa, Tassi. But instead of Tassi, you could replace Tassi for Carolina, that would be fine. You can replace Smokey for Damien, they kind of can fulfill the same role. But overall, this is the most recommended Eironn AoE damage dealer team. And faction talents plus 20 or above. For the Maulers, you're going to have a single target oriented team. For example, Shakira, and it's an all melee team here. Shakira and Lenya as your damage dealer. If you don't have Lenya, you can use Sinbad here. If you don't have Sinbad, you can use Odie here. The thing is though, with these team setups, these are the best teams to run if you have a lot of heroes built, because then it's saving your boss heroes for the boss teams, right? Because in these teams, these are just completely dedicated stronghold teams, but if need be, you can go for Odie rather than Lenya, and you can go for Carolina rather than Tassi in these teams. And the Mauler team is for those blue circle towers that we saw on the map where you want to bring out single target mainly damage. Now, as for the actual boss teams, we have a bunch of different boss team options. The first one I want to talk about is the boss set 1. Now, you're going to see here the 3 different teams you can run, 1 Celestial Hypogean, 1 Lightbearer, and 1 Graveborn. And these are good if you have these heroes built. If you're missing out on certain heroes upgraded, as you can see here, for example, if Lenya, Sinbad are not upgraded, you can run the other heroes. Most people are not going to have 4 stars, like plus 15 exclusive equipment on a lot of these heroes. But if you do, you're going to deal massive damage basically to the boss, because of how this map is going to work. But the Celestial Hypogean team, this is one of the top performing teams. If you guys have these heroes, you probably already know about it because we've shown it in previous videos. But this is like the top performing team. It does well above and below 50% health of the boss's health. Now, for the Lightbearer and Graveborn teams, when you get below 50% health, you can swap the artifact for Lightforge, but Blade Summon is better above 50% and Lightforge is better below 50%, whereas the Celestial Hypogean team is always going to want to have Harmonic Spell. But basically, these are the team comps. The second team, the Lightbearer team, is using heroes you might not have built up, but you can definitely build a team based around Odie here. Odie is going to be your key damage. You'll have Hugin in front of him. Even if your Hugin is not very ascended, it should be fine just for the charm bonus on him. Velka will give Odie more attack speed. So basically, Velka, Hugin, they work at low copies. These other 2 Lightbearer heroes, they're nice, but like if need be, you can run any other 2 heroes to just complete a factional synergy. Odie is going to be your major damage dealer. The Graveborn team here is basically Graveborn to activate the faction talents and Lily May as a damage dealer. A lot of people will have Lily May at plus 15 exclusive equipment, so you should run 1 boss team involving her. Lenya is the other hero here, but again, you could replace Lenya for anything else. Basically any other good damage dealer option. As you can see here, Val is fine, Elsa, Brian, Merrily, they're all decent options. Then finally at the bottom we have some boss team swap choices, and these are, for example, if you don't have Talene, you can replace Talene for Fresro by using this positioning, and if you don't have the twins, you can replace twins again for Fresro by using this position to still activate the Celestial Hypogean faction talent tiles. So with all that covered, we just have to talk about the passage teams. On the infographic, they've given passage teams, but basically you can use practically anything. Just use the harmonic spell, have 3 heroes of the same faction, you're going to easily be able to clear almost all of the passages. Passages are so easy with all the faction talents and the fact that you don't even have to clear them quickly, but just make sure you're only deploying 3 heroes, because otherwise you're wasting stamina, because you can get away by clearing it with only 3 heroes, and 3 heroes is the minimum you have to place. So these teams might look ridiculous, especially Hammy, Chippy, and Valen, but it's basically just to activate the Lightbearer faction talents, and then Valen deals the damage. But you can use basically any leftover hero. Just the important thing is try to use heroes which are not in your other teams, either your Elite Stronghold or your boss teams, because those teams are much more important. You need to save their stamina so you have them available for when you get to the towers. Okay, with all that covered, now we're about to attack Shadow Eironn, right? And he is going to be considered a boss. So we want to bring out a boss team. And I think we're going to bring out the overall top, well, boss team, which is the Celestial Hypogean. We're going to bring that out. Well, actually, let's try, you know what, for fun, I'm going to try the Odie team with the Light Forge, because the boss is below 50% health. Let's go ahead and attack that. So I haven't fielded these teams before, so I will have to get them down. And it'll be a good idea if you guys just save these into your formations. That would be good for you. So this is going to be a Lightbearer team. It is going to use Hugin. So Hugin is going to be in front of Odie. You're going to have Cassidy on the other tile. And then finally, you're going to have Muriel. Muriel is good after a Supreme Plus skill upgrade. And let's go for Odie. It's going to be Odie and Velka. So Velka is going to be right here. Velka doesn't need to be highly ascended. She's mainly here to buff up other allies. I don't think her damage is going to be very high. But let's go ahead and see what happens with the Light Forge, because it's below 50% health. We should be able to get the kill here. Because, like, yeah, the battle drills has been really easy this season. I don't know, it feels like we're like overscaling like our levels compared to like the strength of the boss, but also this map is a really whale map, because if you have plus 15 upgrades, you can have a much easier time clearing these different, like the different content. 45 seconds left, we got the easy clear. And that's why I didn't want to waste the Celestial Hypogean team, because I thought we could make use of it later on. Okay, now here we have a 5-man enemy team, right? So now we're going to try out the Eironn team. Oh, and we don't even have enough stamina to attack after this. But we're going to try the Eironn team. Yeah, look here. You can see that I was running this passage team. You can use basically anything. Just use 3 of the same faction, activate the faction talents, run Harmonic Spell, and you're pretty much good to go. Okay, so we want to go for the Eironn team, and we're going to try it. I haven't tried it with Tossie before. I normally always use, like, Carolina. Because Carolina is considered to be in one of the top boss teams, that's why we can save her for that. So we're going to for Smokey. Let's go ahead and put Arden. Arden's going to be off to the side here. Tossie over here. Finally, Parissa. Parissa deals a lot of damage in these fights. If you have a plus 15 exclusive equipment Parissa, she's going to be hitting really hard. Honestly, I've been pretty impressed by Parissa, even in PvP. Veigar, who is like another top like level player, he shares me replays of him using Parissa, and he dominates an arena with her. And like that has kind of made me realize that Parissa is actually a really strong nuking hero for PvP. I think we're just going to clear this one shot. 50 seconds left, because most of the heroes on this account are plus 15, however like Parissa is not. If Parissa was plus 15, this would be an even more dominant performance. But here is good enough, right? Arden, Tossie at plus 15. We're probably going to clear, but it does get close here, and we might not be able to get it actually, because in the end, like, we have only few enemies left and our AoE damage is being kind of wasted. It's really close. Oh no. This is the worst feeling in the world, where you have like, yeah, like if we had Parissa plus 15, it would have been enough to one-shot it, I'm pretty sure, but this did really well. It did really well, but it just feels really bad when it ends up like that. Tossie didn't do that much. Like, if we had Carolina rather than Tossie, it would have been a one-shot, no question about it. I probably should have just run Carolina, but I wanted to experiment with Tossie and see if she worked. Parissa, even at plus 10, was doing this. Imagine if she were plus 15. If she were plus 15, it would just be game over. So anyway, guys, that is basically just an updated quick guide for the Spider Wasteland map. Hopefully this is helpful, and good luck. You can share with your guild and try to use these teams. If you are missing out on any of the teams, like we mentioned, just build a comp around Lily May as one boss comp, build a comp around Odie as the other boss killer comp, and then just fill in the factional talents to fill in whatever factional talent you want to activate. It can be Wilders, it can be Greyborn, for the OD comp is Lightbearers. It honestly doesn't matter. And just have heroes who are going to buff up these damage dealers so they hit even harder. That is the basic, like, that is the overall way of building a team for boss teams here. And for the crowd control, for the 5-man teams, you have to use the Eironn AoE teams. And for the 2-man teams, you should use a Mauler single target team with either Lenya, Sinbad, or if need be, OD. But basically, that is it. Hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you guys have any other tips in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, guys, please subscribe to our channel. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hit it before the end of the season. Thank you guys all for your support. Also, feel free to check out my AFK Journey Discord server. We are very active and chat about everything related to AFK Journey there. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.